Let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. Jackson looking to throw right away. Throw is there. Trey McBride. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. He picks up 15 on the play. And it's good enough for an Arizona 1st down. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already at midfield. On the ground, this is Trey Benson. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Offense to the line. 2nd down. Lamar now from the gun. On the move, headed right. He can run it. On the move, past the 40. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. He gets down inside the 35-yard line. That play good for 17 and a 1st down. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Snared by the running back. Here's Trey Benson. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and that's some positive yards.
And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Manages a gain of 3 there. And it's going to give the Cardinals a 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
1st down, and they go right back to it. Nothing doing on the outside there. No gain on the run. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet. But if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Lamar off the play fake. Tight end reels in the shallow throw, and they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
We give a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
Hauled in left side. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
And he will get the 1st as they touch him down.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catchers, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
They'll toss it here to Benson. And they make the stop after giving up 6 yards. Good run on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
They give on 2nd to Benson. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight. The numbers were up. And then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
Now Jackson on 3rd down. He completes it in traffic. And this drive is going to continue. He's taken down at the 2 on 3rd down. And they've got themselves a 1st and goal.
Arizona.
Now here's Lamar. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals finish up an excellent opening series. Trey McBride, the touchdown.
John Parker Romo lining up for the extra point.
Romo's point after is good. And the Cardinals will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Romo to handle the kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10. Darts coming out throwing. This one's complete. DeAndre Lambert-Smith. And he'll get it up to the 44. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a first down.
And the Colts, first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Darts out of the shotgun. Finds him over the middle. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Dart gonna throw again. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 28. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll be first down Colts. Working quickly here.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. And they're going to be humbled here on first down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play. And before they can break the huddle, we've hit the end of our first quarter. 7-0 is our score. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Colts have the football. They have second and pretty long here. One play action with Darts. Blitz is there, and he goes down. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough third down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Empty backfield, 5 guys out wide for 3rd and long. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Looking right, and he finds him. Ooh, and he is cracked at the tail end of that play. A good hit, but someone would love for it to have come earlier as he gets forward a bunch and gets him the first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
From the red zone on first. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up. Oh, and how well he's slinging at this opening drive, Brock. Not sure we expected to see an incompletion, but his perfect start ends at 5 for 5.
Yeah, kind of the feeling out process, right? I think you find this with defensive coordinators a whole bunch, trying to figure out what that script is on the other side.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Well, Brock, they get an early opportunity here inside the red zone, but nothing comes of it after that interception.
Yeah, no question, Kate. You expect that this won't be the last chance or the last time they get in the red zone. This will, or at least should, be the last chance that it ends in a pit. They're going to take that Microsoft Surface tablet. Everybody is. They're going to pull that play up, and most importantly, they're going to try to identify what happened so it doesn't happen again.
Getting out to his left. Sideline throw is complete to Pearsall. And this one only manages a yard before coming to an end out of bounds. It's going to be third down.
As soon as he starts to escape, Kate, you can almost see that gunslinger mentality come to life. It takes really perfect defense to hold up and keep him from finding something that'll go get that first down. They couldn't do it right there.
That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. Pickup there at 39 yards. And it's good enough for an Arizona first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Pressure coming. It's Jackson. Chased out to his right. He's running with it. A lot of space ahead. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. He picks up 28 on the play. And it's going to give the Cardinals a first down. Working inside the red zone. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. It's the first time we've seen one of his passes hit the ground this game, Brock. He had been perfect before that one.
Well, we hear it and we know it, right? The team that makes fewer mistakes in this league typically wins the game. Yeah, that was what would you call a first mistake throwing the ball. And they still got the lead thanks to earlier efforts.
Throw right side, hauled in by Harrison. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals take a 13-0 lead. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right? When you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath, and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
Here's Romo to handle the kickoff. No return here. This kick's going to wind up as a touchback.
Let's take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set first and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. Setting up the screen. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here we go. Viking 18.
Back to throw. Here starts. Into the hands of Kittle. It'll be first and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
That's just awesome, Kate. A little bit of multitasking on that catch. Primary focus, as I always say, is you got to catch it first. But out the corner of his eye, he knew exactly where to go, and he gets a bunch of yak on top of it.
Big play sets him up pretty here with first and goal from the 5. Line up the design keeper. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Guessing everybody in the huddle on the sidelines sure want a little bit more from that run, but you didn't go backwards. Still in a great spot, and can't wait to see what they do here on second and goal.
So from the 3, here's second and goal.
Ready? 60 by 6. Head to 60.
Taylor can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
The line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up third and
There's another for it. And the run will not work. He is soft at the line. This is going to be fourth and short. Nothing for him on that play as we've hit the 2-minute warning.
brings up fourth and goal.
They want the touchdown on 4th and goal. They're going for it from the 3.
Tag. 70 line. Tracking 60. Let's go.
They'll go. Here's Darts. And he has the catch. Gets both feet in. That's a touchdown. The Colts make it a one-score game before halftime. Tyler Bass on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Colts chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
14-7.
Just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Has this at the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Cardinals into formation. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Finds Benson out of the backfield. And this is brought to a stop up at, say, the 34-yard line there. They gained 11 on that play, and it's good enough for an Arizona first down. Lamar now from the gun. This one's out to Pearsall on the left side. Avoids a defender. We've got a foot race, and he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. How about a big hitter, 34 yards there and a new set of downs. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Quick to McBride. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot, 2nd down coming up.
Is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the fall did to break things up. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket. Genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it 1st and goal from the 8.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he will carry this across for the Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals grow their lead just before halftime. Trey Benson, the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that can score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Here's Romo to handle the kickoff. Doesn't like what he sees, so we got a touchback. They're going to begin this drive at the 35-yard line.
35-yard line.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun this time, here's Dart. Short pass brought in. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Colts operating from the hurry-up, rushing back to the line.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
From the gun, here's Dart. Catch is made by the rookie out of Tennessee. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield, 1st and 10. Darts back to throw. That's completed right side. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. New set of downs for them from the 31. Going on first down. It starts. Caught just shy of the goal line. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The Colts make it a 1-score game before halftime. Pass on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Colts cut the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Last drive of the half isn't going to be long. 14 seconds remaining. First and 10. Here's Jackson. The grab in bounds left side. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. All right, whistles. They've got a timeout. 7 seconds to go in this half. Big shot to begin the drive has him up beyond the 40. Looking to throw. Into a crowd, and that pass is intercepted. And the Colts get the football back with minimal time to go in our half. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
Escapes the pocket. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Here's Romo to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set. First and 10.
Here we go. 19, go.
Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Dark from the pistol. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, and now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And 4th and 4 coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
So it looks like they're going to line up and go for this. 4th and 4.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat!
Back to throw it. He's going to push one deep down there. Brought in inside the 20. And he takes this one in. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The Colts cut into the lead coming out of halftime.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Extra point up and good from Bass. And the Colts tie this game at 21. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Pretty good field position here for the Cardinals as they get ready, 1st and 10. And off to Benson to start the drive. He cuts it to the right sideline. And he has it right near midfield here. Looks like about a yard short. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And it's going to give the Cardinals a 1st down.
First down. A gain of 14.
Now here's Lamar.
First down, Arizona.
Into the hands of Harrison. He does it. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals grab the lead on their first series of the half. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket. But sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
Romo on to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cardinals break that tie and now lead by 7.
21.
Here's Romo to handle the kickoff. And he fields this one, but is not going to return it from the end zone. So the ball going to be placed down at the 35-yard line.
35-yard line.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10.
70 Lions!
Dart now against the blitz. Going with the screen to Taylor. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. A pickup of 17. And that is good for an Indianapolis 1st down. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. Guy plays straight ahead. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Dart out of the shotgun. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And it'll be 1st down Colts.
At the 27-yard line.
Now they're going to throw out of the gun. Throw caught at the 6. The stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
70!
From the red zone now. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Petrie. And the Cardinals are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the 2nd half of a 1-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right here. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. it's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
Second down, looking for options. This gets up past the 20. And he's going to be pushed down up near that 40-yard line. So a 27-yard pickup on that play. And it's good enough for an Arizona first down. New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. Benson on the counter. Finds a nice lane there, and that's good for 6 yards.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Staying on the ground with Benson. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. This one goes for 3 yards. And it's going to give the Cardinals a first down.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
And he comes through big here. 9 yards. It's second down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't get it to Marvin Harrison Jr. there. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up. Out of the gun. Here's Jackson. It's caught by Harrison. It's an Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals parlay the interception into points. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. Romo adds the point after. And the Cardinals double their lead to 14. Here's Romo to handle the kickoff. And he's going to elect not to bring this one out, so no run back this time. We'll pick things up from the 35. So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Jalen Petrie. And the Cardinals take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. From the gun, Jackson. Forced out to his right. He takes it himself. He will score. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Romo on to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cardinals stretch their lead to 21.
42. Colts 21. John Parker Romo to kick off.
Here's Romo to handle the kickoff. This will end up as a touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's down after getting this up to the 41.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Blitz coming. Here's Dart. Buys time, rolling right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. It brings up 3rd down.
That right there, Kate, that's taking the hard lessons from the previous drive and putting it into practice right here. You don't see a throw you like, it's too tight a window. Don't risk yet another interception.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down.
Let's go. Check up.
Out of the gun this time. Here's Dart. Finds the in route complete. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
At the 45-yard line.
On first down, here's Dart. Setting up the running back screen. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Brought down back at the 43-yard line.
Dart gonna throw again. Lasers this one deep down the middle. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner, as he continues making risky decisions with the football. This, our last play of the quarter. Dart's looking at this third and long. He's going to try another deep one here. And it is incomplete. Went big on the final play of our third quarter. Nothing comes from it as we hit the break. Can't blame him looking at that scoreboard, right? Might as well go for this on fourth down. Desperation time here. And they're going to bring him down, but not until he gets it down to their 32-yard line. That's a 26-yard gain on fourth down, partner. Talk about a huge play there to extend this drive.
First
and 10 from the 32. From the gun, here's Dart. Escapes and they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Well, even the toughest in the league to catch could still be caught at times. It just takes a defense that's determined and relentless. And the real big key, when you get that split second, you got to take advantage of that opportunity. Defense just did.
Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. Now is Keandre Lambert-Smith on the target. That's going to leave him with a tough third and long.
Here we go, here we go.
Third and long for him here. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's taken down at the 30.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them? Give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
That's cut beyond the marker. And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it first and goal from the 8.
As a quarterback, you just know in that situation, when you go for it on fourth down, it may mean sometimes thrown into double coverage. But if you're going to go for it, at least give your guy a shot to make a play. And against really long odds, he came up with a big-time catch.
Chimere DK, the one he was looking for. It's second and goal.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB, over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your...
And he takes this one in. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The Colts get it back to within 2 possessions. A second touchdown through the air for him, Brock, and independent of the game situation. We both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place, but 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separation to the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
Bass now to kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. Things going well so far. And he was pushing for midfield there before they finally dragged him down at the 45.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put two tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
And trying to head for a few. It's third down.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 10.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Escapes the pocket. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
That is such a good play defensively. A play you could take a whole bunch of pride in, not only stopping the passing game, but the effort to get to the quarterback before he could scramble for the first.
Jackson's going to go on 4th. Throw caught by his running back. And what a hit there. She pays the price for moving the chains that time.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
A gain of 9 yards.
Benson on 1st and 10. Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. And he will carry this across for the Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals have likely locked up the win right there. Trey Benson, the touchdown.
Lining up for the extra point.
Romo's point after is good. And the Cardinals stretch their lead to 21.
Colts 28. John Parker Romo to kick off.
Here's Romo to handle the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning.
Come on, set.
On 1st and 10, clear start. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Indy. Colts trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10.
79 Broncos. Come, go.
Looking now from the gun. And he's going to go down. The Cardinals got to him. And it'll be 3rd down coming up after this defense's 3rd sack of the game.
11-yard loss on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Track 60. Hey, hook.
Darts back to throw. On the move, headed right. Finds a man, right side. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Offense hurrying to the line with the clock running. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Trying to push deep downfield. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Cardinals have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day.
Result of the play.
Well, we're watching a defense not just generate turnovers, but really add to them. A return like that, think about it. That's 4 or 5 plays that you just saved your offense from as they try to make that interception, yet another one, count.
The Arizona offense looks ready to go. Here's 1st and 10. They're going to pass it here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
Just not going to win many games in this league when you can't generate a pass rush until the 4th quarter. You needed to feel the impact from this defense earlier and more often in this game. The lack thereof, well, it's a big part of what's put them playing from behind in the final stanza of this one.
And he doesn't slide down and he pays brace for it. A big shot sends him to the ground.
I don't mind that scramble at all, Kate. It makes that defense think this guy's not just going to sit in the pocket all day. I'll say this as well, like I do all the time. When you're going to scramble as quarterback, make sure you protect yourself.
Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Up and good from Romo. And the advantage now sits at 24.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Here's Romo to handle the kickoff. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10.
Here we go. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Not deterred by that pick. He's thrown again. It isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Just an incredible effort out of him today. And the type of performance, frankly, that elevates the energy level of all 10 guys around him. What a game he's got going.
19 Lions.
Darts out of the shotgun. They'll check it down to Taylor. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Timeout Indianapolis. That's its second. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Darts looking to throw. This one's in range, but it gets knocked away. Couldn't connect, and that brings up 4th down.
Such a big part of that breakup, Kate, or any breakup as corner, is your positioning relative to the target. And really, the timing of it all. You could be in the right spot, but if you don't time it, that ball is still caught at this league. That corner played that one nearly perfectly.
And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Hey, I get it. It's already over. But go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
And he hits the deck behind the line, avoiding a tackle, but losing yards in the process.